Gossip. Welcome to Gossip. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is a special show today on Gossip. I have to bring to you guys some of the most ancient knowledge. And it's gonna sound so simplistic, but yet and though we lack understanding of what the true meaning of this is all about. So today's show on Gossip, we're going to talk about a nursery rhyme. And the one in particular nursery rhyme we're going to talk about is Old MacDonald. So today we're going to get into Old MacDonald, you guys. I know everybody's familiar with it. They teach it to you as a child, you know what I'm saying? Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. See, we say these things and we say these words, you know what I'm saying? But we don't really know who the hell Old MacDonald was and why he had a farm and why they thought it was necessary to teach us about Old MacDonald and his farm. And to top it all off, we say E-I-E-I-O. Did nobody never tell me what the hell E-I-E-I-O meant? Nobody. So today we're going to talk about this, and I'm going to do my best to try to get to the bottom of this, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to need your help because I don't know everything, nor do I pretend or act like I do know everything. So I'm going to need your help into analyzing this with your own critical thinking and to helping us discover the meaning behind some of this. But to kick this thing off, let's start off with just the title. The title is Old MacDonald. I took some time to think about what Old MacDonald meant and what Old MacDonald was, and something came to me. And you know, if you're new to the show, welcome. We're glad to have you here. We're a group of light beings. And so what all we try to do is bring the darkness to light here on Gossip. And so to get back to what I was saying, so I thought about this Old MacDonald. You know, it's Old MacDonald today, but before it was Old MacDonald. And I thought about this for a second, and what came to me was this. Well, I've heard the word Mac before. And when I heard of the word Mac, it typically described a form of a computer. Now, today, Macs are known as Apples. And apples are also known as wisdom. Okay? So just to get that out, just to clarify it up, if you did listen to the latest introduction that I put out there, apple is also wisdom. It's a fruit to a child and it's a prophecy to a God. So just to move along. So Mac is a computer. And so I'm like, so who is Donald? What is Donald? Because if you keep everything in context, you have a Mac, and with computers you can do something that is called download. So it came to me that Old MacDonald was the old computer download. The gigabytes, you know, just getting this thing in. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, what are they downloading? Because you have to ask yourself, who is Old MacDonald? And why did he have a farm? And why did they talk about these animals? Who is E-I-E-I-O? Why did they teach us this? That was a question I asked myself, so I'm posing the same question to you. Think about it. I done thought about it, so I decided to talk about it. So now I'm giving you the opportunity to think about it. You know, thinking is very important in this days and time. It's very important that you think. So have you thought about it? All right, I'll go on. So, old McDonald, when I was growing up, I thought this was just something that they taught us. And so when I began to look into old McDonald, I had to wonder, well, is old McDonald something that is taught abroad? And so, of course, I had to go look. Seek and ye shall find. So just to give you a little background history of old McDonald, because old McDonald is taught around the world. I didn't know that. I know now. And so just to give you a little background of some of the names of old McDonald in some of these different cultures, and Africans as they call it, from when I once known a Frenchman, or a French lady I should say. His name is Old Uncle Claus's farm, or Old Uncle Claus. In Egyptian Arabic, it is known as Grandpa Ali. In Chinese, is Old Mr. Wayne. In German, it's Uncle George. In Hebrew, it's Uncle Moses. In Italian, it's Uncle Tobias. In Malay, is Uncle Atan. In Turkish, is Ali Baba. And the list goes on and on. From Spanish, Polish, Persian, Korean, Japan, French, Finnish, Danish. And the list just goes on and on and on. So you have to ask yourself, or at least I ask myself, why was it important to teach old MacDonald to damn near every child across the board? Because old MacDonald is not something that I grew up knowing. Not something that my younger siblings grew up knowing, but it's something that my mama grew up knowing. My daddy grew up knowing. My grandma grew up knowing. Her grandma grew up knowing. So you gotta ask yourself, why have they been teaching this one in particular, but these nursery rhymes for so long? The same ones, like after 100 years, we ain't thought of no new nursery rhymes. They still teaching the same one from 100 years ago. Probably a little over 100 years ago. Like, why? There's a secret. A secret unbeknownst to us. But I think I got it figured out. And so I had to share this with you guys tonight. So, old MacDonald is a computer code. Well, you gotta be, so now you're probably like, okay, well, we not computers. Oh, yes, you are. You are a walking computer. Nothing but a transmitter and receiver wrapped in flesh. Your code, you remember the Matrix where the dude talking about all he sees is ones and zeros? That's your DNA. But they tell you it's CTG and A. Your DNA is a computer code. So when we say this old MacDonald song, we're tapping into our DNA. How do you know this, Deacon Maverick? Well, at the end of each animal, we say E-I-E-I-O. So what is E-I-E-I-O? What E-I-E-I-O are vowels. Okay, well, we already knew that, Deacon Maverick. Yes, I know you knew that. So to be more precise, well, a vow is a petition or pledge. That's just vow, V-O-W. L is God for singular. God, okay? So when you say vows, you're petitioning God or pledging to God. So what are we pledging? Well, we're singing a nursery rhyme. So I had to go to the Edimon on what is a nursery rhyme. Not that I didn't think I knew. I just wanted to be a little bit more precise in what I was trying to think or elaborate on to talk to you guys about, y'all family. So when I decided to go look up nursery, just to test, not that I don't know what nursery means. We see nursery as a daycare, but nursery has another meaning to it other than nourish. It also means to foster. And foster means to nourish as well, but it's to help grow. What are we growing? What are we fostering? Well, we're fostering and we're helping to grow what is a rhyme. So we're fostering and growing rhymes. Well, what is a rhyme, Deacon Maverick? Well, a rhyme is an agreement in terminal sounds. When I read that, I was like, whoa, hold up. One more time. An agreement in terminal sounds is a rhyme. Now, the key word in that, if you didn't get it, I caught it, was terminal. Now, when I heard the word terminal, I know terminal means ill, terminal ill or terminally sick. So I said, well, let me go to the Edimon on the word terminal just to make sure that I'm right about what I'm thinking. Not that I didn't know, it's just, a lot of times I have to go outside of myself, not to know something, but to validate what I already know. And so I had to just go validate. And so terminal meant fatal, or to end something, or its ending point. So if we think about this, a nursery rhyme is to foster or to cultivate a terminal sound. So if we fostering or cultivating or nourishing terminal sounds, what is it killing? Because if we're nourishing terminal sounds, then these sounds has to be killing something. Well, you like, well, I'm still alive. Yeah, obviously you are too, because you listening to the podcast. But it must be killing something. So what is it killing? It's killing you spiritually. Now you like, oh, there he go. Look, if this wouldn't be gossip if we wasn't gonna get to it. You feel me? That's what gossip is all about. We gonna gossip about that which not talked about. So nursery rhymes are sounds that are designed to nourish the depth of you spiritually. And how is it nourishing this sound? It is nourishing it through your DNA, through the download. How is it being downloaded? Through your singing of the song. That's why they taught it to you as a child. Now I know you like, oh, he reaching. Nah, I'm not reaching. Because you have to ask yourself, why did they teach it to you? Why didn't they explain it to you? See, if you haven't heard What's Magic, go listen to What's Magic. What's Magic is all about the perception of the mind. See, they can give you something and let you deceive yourself. See, you think the song is just about animals and this man that had a farm to raise animals. Well, that's one perception. But when you get to dealing with knowledge, something that is multidimensional, there's always multiple levels to knowledge. So you have to get past the apparent if you truly want to become enlightened. You have to look past what you see, because the eyes can deceive you. That's why I love one thing about the Bible. It say we see by faith, not by sight. Because your sight is a perception. Your sight can deceive you. So you have to see with faith. And faith is another word for awareness. Or with knowing. So this nursery rhyme, Old MacDonald had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. This computer download. Checking into your DNA. Now, you might still be like, well, you reaching. So let me give it to you in another way. So a rhyme, right, is an agreement in terminal sounds. So everybody today, what we do today, well, not everybody, but what is people into today? Hip hop, rhyming, busting a rhyme. You know, that we called it go on and bust a rhyme back in the day. You feel me? So you rhyming, you allowing terminal sounds to flow out of your breath. The air that flows from your mouth are terminal sounds. And if you think about it, just go with me for a minute here. Music has slowed down. It's all about the slow beat. Boo, 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 boo. I know y'all like that. My point is, we have to think about science. And let's take it to solids and gases. There is nothing that is truly solid. Let's go back to science. Everything is in motion. Cause molecules don't stop moving. They're forever moving. Solids feel solid because the molecules are vibrating at a slower pace, at a very slow pace. They're still moving, they're just moving very slowly. So with music, the slower the beat, the more solidified it becomes. What am I saying? What am I saying really? What I'm saying is that by them slowing the beat down, let's go back to Africa where you know that we dance fast over there. The music is fast over there. And if you go to Spanish culture, the music is fast over there. But over here in America, it's slow. So, what am I saying? So, the more they slow you down, the more physical you become in terms of killing the spirit. They're trying to slow you down. And they're no longer trying. They actually accomplished it now. But it's a slowing down mechanism. Why? Because everything in the third dimension is on a low vibration. Low vibrations are solids. High vibration is gases. The faster molecules vibrate, it turns into a gas. What is a gas? The gas, same thing as a spirit. I know you might want to argue with me about that. But the point is, you can't see neither one of them. Because it's on a higher vibration. Fast-moving molecules dissipate. Slow-moving molecules become solid. Everything that you need to know in life has already been taught to you. They taught it to you as a child. Because they have to give you the secrets. All of the secrets you will ever need to know was taught to you between kindergarten and 12th grade. When you get to college, that's why you put on the square hat, the universal cap. You go into the universities. College or the university is where you're able to take everything that you have been given and able to logically put it together. College teaches you how to think. It teaches you how to organize your thoughts, because everything you need to know, you already know. They gave you everything from kindergarten through 12th grade. You just need to go back and rethink on the stuff that you was taught. So when I got to dealing with this, and the spirit say, well, you need to talk about nursery rhymes or old McDonald's per se. You know, and you know, I thought it was far-fetched, and you know what I'm saying? So I ended up renting a movie. The movie I rented was called Spell. And, you know, and this is why the movie is so important. I rented a movie called Spell. I don't know the main actor, but it's your boy that played Ghost in Power. He was the main actor. Just to make this quick so we can go on and move on. He was in an airplane. He wrecked his airplane. And he was ended up taken into this house by this family that lived on a farm, and he was asking them, like, where's my wife, my son, and my daughter? They would never answer him. So throughout the movie, he began to learn more and more stuff, because they would never tell him where his family was. And he was like, well, we only recovered you, and making him think that he was crazy and he was by himself. He wasn't with his wife, son, and daughter. And so he ended up looking out the window, and he seen 3 graves. And he was like, I gotta go check this out. Like, that got to be my family, because I ain't gonna tell that part of it if you haven't seen it. But anyway, he was like, I gotta go look. And so when he went out there and started digging in the first grave, the first thing he dug up was a goat. I was like, wow. He was like, I guess in his mind, he was like, okay, that ain't my wife or nobody. The second thing he dug up was a pig. I said, uh-oh. I said, I said, I already know what the third thing is before he even dig it up. I already know what it's going to be. And so he dug up the third thing. It was a chicken. I said, bingo. I said, everything that I was thinking, it is being validated to me by the spirits through this movie. If you following me. The movie is called Spell. In the movie Spell, they was working a ritual on him. He landed in a farm. He dug up 3 graves. In the 3 graves was a goat, a pig, and a chicken. Spell. Nursery rhyme. It's a spell. I hope you understanding. I hope you following. Now you'll be like, well, no, they wouldn't teach us. They wouldn't teach spells to us. Well, yes, they would, because it's all about perception. Go back to what's magic. It's all about perception. Didn't they teach you how to spell in school? You had your spelling bees. Come on. Now, if you're a first time listener to the gossip, I understand that you may be a little lost. But now, after hearing this, it's time to go dig in, because you've been missing some stuff. But all those that's been listening, we right here. We eye to eye. And I mean third eye. We eye to eye. Because we know what it is. We know what time it is. So, this movie was the spirits validating to me what I had already known. That old McDonald was a spell. It was a download into your DNA with nursery rhymes or terminal sounds. And you were saying vowels or petitioning God with terminal sounds. You killing the spirit. Now, I wanted to sing that song to you guys, but I decided to spare your ears. And I want to get into a little bit other stuff, because one thing that we're moving into, and in the future we're bringing on, we're talking about, they're bringing out new technology called sound healing, and which I came across this information probably over 10 years ago. I came across this information in a course in a cult book, and once I came across it, I could not find it again once I went back looking for it. And so today I have some information that I'm going to share with you guys. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not a musician, so although I am an artist, but I'm not a musician. So I'm going to, read a couple things to you guys, so that those of you that are musicians, or those of you that need to utilize this knowledge in order to heal whatever ill that you may be having, utilize it, because that's what the show is all about. All I'm trying to do is we're trying to liberate the mind. Everything starts in the mind. Sickness lives in the mind. If you rid the mind of sickness, it will flee the body. Most dis-ease lives in the body because the mind is at dis-ease. Most stuff that people die from, you probably wouldn't die from it if the doctor didn't tell you had it. Once somebody told you that you were sick, you started believing it. See, belief is a lot. See, you can believe something and you can make it manifest. But you got to remember that belief is perception. Just because you believe something don't make it true. But you can make it manifest because you believe it. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Just because you believe something don't make it true. But you can make it manifest because you believe it. Because the mind is everything. And so I went back through trying to find some information on sound or tones that actually resonate with the different functions and organs in the body. And so I found a few things, and I wanted to give this information to you guys so that you guys can utilize it however you may see fit. If you may be feeling some type of way one day, you know what I'm saying, go look up whatever sound I'm about, whatever chord I'm about to tell you, and listen to the chord over and over and over and over. Pray with it. And when I say pray with it, prayer and meditation are two different things. When you pray on something, you seek it out, you hunt it. When you meditate, meditation is for a few minutes. So when I say you have a sickness, you pray on that sickness till it flees or till you kill it, because you hunting it down, you hunting the cure. It's the difference between you praying and meditating. When you pray on something, you aim to kill it, or you aim to achieve it or get it or whatever it is. So I'm going to go over this right here, over some of these sounds that resonate with different parts of the body, so that if you're having a situation, you can pray on it, meaning listen to the tone over and over and over through meditation with the tone, and envision your body healing itself with the imagination. E or I, but it's really pronounced E. I, all seeing I, Madge, the magician, Asian, the continuing, the envisioning of creation. What are you envisioning? Well, right now we're talking about the envisioning of creating healing. Okay? We want to create an atmosphere to heal oneself. So you have to use your imagination. Because everything resides in the mind. So let me go over this. I'm gonna give the body part of the function, and I'm gonna give you the chord to go along with it. So first off, I forget exactly who all I got this information from, but one of them is Barbara Hero. So just so if you want to look her up, so you can. But to go ahead on. So personality is a C plus. I think that's C major or something like that. Circulation and sex is C major. Adrenals, the thyroid, parathyroid is a B chord. The kidneys is EB. The liver is also an EB. The bladder is an F major. Small intestines is a C major. The lungs is an A chord. The colon is an F major. The gallbladder is an E chord. The pancreas is a C major. The stomach is an A chord. The spleen is a B chord. The blood is an EB chord. Fat cells in the body is a C major. The muscles in the body is an E chord. And the bone is an AB chord. To all y'all magicians, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Because even I'm lost, to be honest with you. I have to look this stuff up. Alright, so to go head on with some more chakra, with the chakra resonances. Okay, because you want to know what chords resonate with what chakras. And this is by Bob. I got this part right here from Barbara Hero for sure. And so I'm gonna go through this with you right here. So the root chakra is a C chord. The polarity is a D chord. The diaphragm is a D major. Solar plexus is an E chord. The heart is an F chord, and I'm talking about chakras now. The throat is a G chord. The psychic center is an AB chord. The third eye is a B chord. The crown chakra is a B chord. Transpersonal is a C major. Diaphragm 2 is a D major. Polarity 2 is a D plus. The crown is a B chord. The thymus is a F major. Why is it important to get with these sounds and resonances? Because they are trying to utilize technology to do what God can do without technology. See, they're trying to push us into this technocratic world where we use technology to do everything. And what we really need to do is get back into nature. Get back into the natural way of doing everything. Because everything you need, you was born with it. It came with you. There is no need to ask for nothing because you have it all. They have taken your thankfulness and your gratefulness and made you want so much more, so you don't realize all the things you have to be grateful for. They make you want cars and houses and pocketbooks and money and all this stuff outside of yourself, so that you don't see the things that you are grateful for every day, or at least you should be grateful for every day. They got you constantly chasing something outside of yourself, when really all you should be chasing is yourself. Trying to find more and more secrets out about yourself. Who am I? What am I really here for? What can I really do? And when I say really do, can you, what is your talents? What is your gifts? You have so much more power than what you think you have. But I tell you, this year right here, we're going to get into a lot of stuff. So I hope you guys are ready, because we going off the edge this 2012. And yes, I said 2012 because the 2 and the 1 is reversed. And I got that from another brother, and I'm glad he said it, because now I just said it to you. Give credit where credit is due, always. So, to get into this technology, you have everything you need. And everything that you need to create any sound is in your mouth. Or in your throat, I should say. And it's called the vocal cords. The vocal cords. Notice the word cords. Sound cords. You feel me? You have all the cords that you need to do what you need to do, to heal the body, to remove blockages from your chakras. All you have to know is how to utilize your cords in order to create the sound. Now, I haven't fully developed the whole awareness on how to do all of this, but I promise you, sometime this year, later on this year, I will have more and more information, because the more I study the word, the more I learn. And trust and believe me, when I say study the word, I'm not picking up books and studying. It's actually it's everyday words that we use. You must study what you say. That's important, to know what you're talking about. Know what the words mean that are really coming out your mouth. And trust and believe me, the first thing you hear is just a perception. It has a much deeper meaning. Just like everything I'm saying to you right now. You're getting the perception, but everything I'm saying has multiple meanings. So it is up to us to analyze and pray on these words, so that we can get all of the understanding that we truly need, because that is the nourishment. Food, you think food does not nourish you? Food is killing you. Don't you know your body fight off for everything that you put into it other than water and air? They just call food, your body killing off food, they just call it digestion. But your body is literally attacking everything that you put into it. That cheeseburger, that pizza, that Coca-Cola. Your body is fighting that stuff. So let's get into the chakra tones, because this is important too. So you have the root chakra. Okay? The root chakra is pronounced like cup, and this is the W when it comes to vowels. And when I say W, I mean double U. Well, what is the W? The W is the I in the ego, the I in the self, or the I in me. That is the W, because in the root chakra live the positive and the negative. The root chakra is think about a plant. That's where all of the nutrients come from to grow whatever that flower. They come from the root. So the root has to contain both positive and negative and neutral. It has to contain everything. So when we talk about spirits, the spirits, all of the ancestors live in the root chakra. Everything comes from the roots. So when you want to know why you are the way you are, go to the roots. Because the root is another word for the source. So the root chakra, which is red, is the double U. Far as the vowels, because there's 7 vowels. There's 7 main chakras. It starts with the W. And the root chakra is pronounced So to hear it meditate, it is Now, I'm going to do a show where I'm going to go through this meditation on the chakra tones, because it is important that we begin to clear blockages that we have. I do this myself. I wouldn't tell you about it if I wasn't doing it. We done talked about this before. I'm not going to tell you to do nothing that I wouldn't do myself or haven't done myself. So the second chakra is the sacral chakra. Its color is orange. Its vowel is U. I hope y'all have been taking notes and writing this stuff down, so you don't have to keep if you want to keep listening to the show, that's fine too. But the second chakra is the sacral chakra. It's U, and it's pronounced as ooh, as in you. And so to hear this tone, it is ooh. That is the sacral chakra. It's the second chakra, but right above the root chakra. And I have some more information that I need to share with y'all. Let me get my mudra book so I can share this with you guys so that we can get with the program a little bit more here. Let's see here. You gotta know I love this shit. If you didn't know, now you do. So I'm gonna go to the mudra book just so I can also give you a little bit of information on what these chakras, what else they are good for. So the root chakra, go back to the first chakra. The first chakra, the root chakra, is also about survival, power, and promotion of vital life energy. So when you want to deal with the force, you pull the force up from the root. The force resides in the root. The root can be demonic or it can be angelic, because both reside there. Both are the same energy. A demon and an angel is the same energy. It's all about the intention. I know you never heard that before. A demon and an angel is the same energy. It's all about the intention. Just like God and devil is both man, it's all about your intention. Matter of fact, if you want to go to the Bible, it talks about your judgment won't be based off your acts. Your judgment will be based off your intentions. Because what may look as bad on the outside may have a good intention on the inside. Everything is multidimensional. It's not just one-sided. They're trying to teach you this linear type of thinking. They putting you in this straight line way of thinking and not letting you know or having you forget, because we're trying to remember that everything is cyclical, it's circular. The good is the bad is the good, the positive is the negative is the positive. Stop thinking that what you're doing is right and what somebody else is doing is wrong. It's all about perception. We need each other. The left hand needs the right hand. The fingers need the thumb. So to get back to the chakra thing, the second chakra, which is sacral chakra, the sacral chakra is the second chakra, and it's located at the point of the spine close to the reproductive organs. Its primary focus are creativity and procreation. The third chakra is the solar plexus. The solar plexus is a yellow. Its vowel is the O, and it's pronounced, or the tone is O as in go. So how is that done? It's O. Okay? The third chakra is located at the solar plexus. It is all about personal power and is the vortex for individualism of consciousness. The individualization of consciousness. Okay? Because conscious is the one, the whole. So when you deal with the solar plexus, you're breaking it down to the individualization of consciousness. So you're bringing it down to the singularity. Or you pulling from the consciousness so that you could be aware of it. Right? So this is where consciousness begins. When you get to your third chakra, when you reach the solar plexus. This one you start to become aware. And so what are we doing? We moving up the spinal column. Jacob's ladder for all my squared brothers. All right. The fourth chakra is the heart chakra. The heart chakra color is green. Its vowel is the A. And it's pronounced ah, as in ma, or father. And how it's pronounced is I'm sorry I'm so dynamic with my talking like that. This is my passion, you feel me? I'm passionate about teaching, and I'm more passionate about learning. And so when what you are receiving is my learned passion through my learning, and so by me divulging this information to you, you're feeling my passion for learning. The fourth chakra lies at the center of the chest and is considered to be the focal point of love and compassion in the human energy system. That's why you always seen Jesus with this big heart poking out his chest, because that's where compassion and love come from. You have to reach the heart chakra. Once you reach the heart chakra, that's where the sun is. No one comes through me except through the sun. The sun resides in the heart chakra. That's why Jesus had the big heart. And I'm talking about in the photos, the symbolism. Okay? It's all about love. I know we want to hate, but it's really all about love. I do this because I love you. If I didn't love you, I wouldn't do this. Okay? The fifth chakra is the throat chakra. Its color is blue. The vowel is Y, the letter Y, and it's pronounced as in I, like my, or by. And so when you tone up with the throat chakra, just like all the rest of them, it is I. toning up, baby. We still climbing on up the spinal column. Okay? The fifth chakra is located at the spine, directly behind the center of the throat. It stands for creativity and personal expression. Okay? Where the personal expression come from? Well, singing, of course. Music is one of the most creative personal expressions one can have, is to sing, and everybody like to sing. Even if you just sing to yourself and know damn well you can't sing, by like me. The sixth chakra is the third eye chakra. Okay? Its color is indigo. The letter, the vowel that goes with the third eye is the letter E, which is pronounced as A. Okay? Anybody that understand linguistics or know foreign languages, you know that E is pronounced as A. Okay? And so how you say this is A. You will hear this vibrate in your head. I promise you, you will hear it. When you go through these chakra tones, you will hear the vibrate. You will feel the vibration in your head. You will either feel it in your chest, you will feel it in your stomach, but you gonna feel it. Because we're tuning up the chakras. We're removing blockages, which is very important because so many of us are in dis-ease. And we need to clean up. The sixth chakra sits directly behind the root of the nose. Are you listening to this? The sixth chakra sits directly behind the root of the nose, between the eyebrows and inward toward the center of the head. Also called the third eye, this chakra is the location of higher intelligence. Why are they swabbing your nose? And when they swab your nose, they going way up in there. What are they putting on your third eye? Or what are they putting close to your third eye? Just because something looks clean doesn't mean it's clean. Just because they pull it out of old bright, shiny plastic package does not mean that it's clean. These things have to go through labs and go and get solutions put on them and all kind of stuff that they don't tell you about. They just give you the perception, allow you to deceive yourself. Oh yeah, it's clean. It came out of a little plastic pouch. So they just peeled it and start shoving it up your nose towards your sixth chakra, towards your third eye. And you just let them. I done told y'all. If I can't tell you what to do, stop letting somebody else tell you what to damn do. And if you're going to let them tell you what to do, damn it, you need to start listening to me. The seventh chakra is the crown chakra. The color is violet or white. The vowel is the letter I, which is pronounced as E. So when we go through this, it's going to be E. Remember, when doing your chakra tones, it's in through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Control your breathing. Control your exhalation. The longer you hold the tone, the better. The seventh chakra is located at the crown of the head and is the center of cosmic consciousness. It is an unconditional state of total fulfillment, freedom, and joy. This comes straight out my Healing Power of the Mudras. If you don't have this book, buy it. There's some very powerful information in this book. And so it's very important that we understand what they teach us There's 7 vowels. They always tell you about A, E, I, O, and U. Didn't tell you, but they tell you that also sometimes Y and sometimes W. 7 vowels, 7 chakras. They never told you that the vowels lined up with the chakras. They never told you that a vow was a pledge or petition to God. It's in the wording. Vow L. Remember, if you go back to the nigga secret, I talked about vowels are dead. When you use your words, what kills the vowel? What kills the vowel is the lack of vibration. So when I say A, the vowel is just dead. Why is it dead? Because I didn't say That's why now sometimes you go in church, they don't say amen. They say man. What are they doing? They don't even damn know, to be honest with you. They don't know. They ain't got a damn clue. But what they are doing is they're toning up. It's the channeling of energy. It's the channeling of energy. So we channel this energy. And so we got Old McDonald, E-I-E-I-O. So E-I-E-I-O, if we want to look at this thing, this would be the 6th chakra, the crown chakra, and the solar plexus is what they're giving us. Now, remember when I talked about the matrix and this old McDonald is a download and the computer download? Now, we know that E, the letter E, is really pronounced A. So what if we were saying A-I-A-I-O? Artificial intelligence. The I-O is the ones and zeros in binary code. What if we was actually programming ourselves with these animals, which also signifies constellations, because we are all stars. These animals signify have different meanings and symbolism. All of them have good connotation and bad connotation. That's why I didn't go over the animals, because it made the show just too long. But what we are doing for show is we're casting a spell on ourselves with terminal sounds that are designed to kill the spirit. So we have to begin to learn how to reawaken the spirit. Make the spirit become alive again, or should I say heal the spirit, because we're using terminal sounds to kill it. Because we're using things in rhyme, and trust and believe me, rhythm is everything when it comes to this whole dimension, and every dimension there is. It's all about rhythm. Rhythm is your sine wave, or the be in sin. And anybody that understands what understand engineering, know what I'm talking about, the sine wave. It is rhythm. It's the frequency. Go back to nigga secret, the heartbeat, the pulsating of the breath with your consonants. Rhythm. That's why we dance. Dancing is how we manifest. Words are how we manifest. Sound. Because it ain't the word at all. It is the sound. It's always the sound. Stop letting your kids be programmed, because they start with the children. Because as an adult, you already been programmed. They start everything over with the children. So it's best that you get it right. So when we get this thing right, they always go into the child, because that's where everything starts over. Every generation of children, they have to start the programming over. That's why they had to create nursery rhymes and this educational system to keep teaching the same stuff over and over and over and over and over, and you wonder why ain't nothing changing. Why you think they still teaching slavery? And slavery happened, about 80 years ago now? You know what I'm saying? Why they haven't started teaching you about, or so black people, about all the kingdoms that they come from? They still want to teach you that you come from a slave, because it is still superiority. The white people complex. It is a brainwashing mechanism to keep reiterating the same thing over and over and over. It's a brainwashing mechanism. They want to keep the new generation on the same knowledge, on the same frequency, because everything is frequency. Knowledge is frequency. And so the more we allow our children to be put into this lower frequency, we're killing their spirit. We're not doing our children any justice by being like, well, my child is not in school. Or we don't have, like I hear in some states talking about, they complaining about the fact that the children that they're teaching don't have access to books that would be in better schools. But all of you got college degrees. You have all the knowledge. Teach them. Why do all the information that you feel you need to teach a child has to come from some kind of damn curriculum? You have all kind of knowledge. Why you can't just teach them what you already know? If you just teach them what you know, that'll take them a long way. We feel like we gotta follow these guidelines or follow these rules that somebody else put in place for you to go by. When are we gonna stand up and stop being followers and start becoming leaders and evolve into gods, being real creators? And no disrespect to the people, to the teachers, to the educators wanting to teach a curriculum, but evolve. Become a creator. You can become so creative. You have the perfect opportunity to be creative in your thought and teach these children some stuff that they wouldn't have got in the curriculum. Because all you doing in the curriculum is giving them the same old education, the same old brainwashing mechanism that was given to you, the same old nursery rhymes that was given to you, the same old spells that was cast on you. You want to cast it on the next generation. You not doing them children no favors by trying to petition for better books. All you doing is perpetuating the program. Now forgive me, but I had to bring that up because it is a new day and it is a new time, and it's time for evolution. It's time that we stop thinking the same way we used to think. It's time that we start thinking differently. Get on a higher plateau. Begin to see the world in a new light. Begin to imagine the impossible. Because you're all capable of doing the impossible. That's the type of world I want to live in. I want to live in the impossible world. But I can't live there by myself. Because it takes the collective. It takes all of us to begin to see the world in a new light. We program this thing. Everything that you see is because of the knowledge that is in your brain. You're on a frequency, and knowledge resides on frequencies. And there are different frequencies or vibrations. If you raise your vibration, the people around you raise their vibration, we all raise our vibration, I guarantee the world will begin to look differently, because we will be creating it. We will be manifesting a new world. But we have to come out of these spells. We gotta break the spells. And in order for us to break the spell, we have to first realize that we under a spell. It's like the addict. The addict can never cure himself of whatever problem they have if they first don't admit that they're an addict. You gotta admit that you gotta acknowledge your failure in order for you to succeed. And nobody wants to be like, well, I failed. But sometimes we fail outside of our control because we allow others to control us. And our parents didn't do no better. They allowed the other ones to control us. It ain't no fault of their own because their parents allowed them. It's been an ongoing generational thing. We doing what the next generation taught us to do, and not knowing that we're doing a disservice to our heirs. And notice I said heirs, because your child is your heir. Because the true definition of a child is orphan. Just like a kid is a baby goat. When you truly want to refer to your descendants, you call them heir. Your heirs. Because it is the breath that God blew into the nostrils and gave ye life. It is the air. And the water. You come through in the water. I know y'all know this. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get off my rant. And, you know what I'm saying? Me doing this old McDonald and this download and discovering that, I knew it was a spell. But when I watched the movie Spell, it just brought it all home for me. Especially when I seen that goat and that pig and that chicken. I was like, oh my God, I know y'all ain't putting it on me like this. Like, you just like, bam. And it was just a movie. I was like, I want to watch this movie. I had been talking about it for a couple weeks. I'm like, I'm gonna rent this movie. And I'm gonna watch this movie. Had no idea that this was gonna be in the movie. But that was the guidance. That's me listening to the spirit. That's that spirit talk or that God talk. See, you got to be able to listen to God when God is talking. You know what I'm saying? All you got to do is plug in. You know what I'm saying? Because the source is right there. It's so close to you that it's inside you. But just because it's inside you don't mean you always connected. You got to plug into it. You took the socket out, put the socket back in. So you can hear the stuff. So you can get that talk. And some people, it ain't audible. Some people it's vision. Some people it's seeing. We get it all kind of ways. But you got to tap back into the source. Because the source is all around us. And we just got to tap in. Now, I know y'all might think I'll be taking y'all out there. But, baby, I tell you, you ain't seen nothing yet. Boy, this is going to be one hell of a year. Because I got some stuff in store for you guys this 2021. And so I want to thank you guys for coming to Gossip. I want you to go over these chakra tones. I want you guys to chi up. You know what I'm saying? Use the chakra tones to unblock passages. Climb up Jacob's ladder. Use this stuff to heal the body. Do it in meditation. Do it in prayer. When you go over your chakra tones, you want to try to envision the colors. That's why I went over the colors for you. You want to try to envision the colors, vibrant colors. You want to try to envision the colors surrounding you. Envision the red. You know, use your imagination, your internal eye, the internal magician. Use your magic, because it's all in you. We all have magical abilities that they taught you was some scary stuff. Use your magic. Go back to what's magic so you can understand what the magic is. Magic is taking an idea, centering it around belief to cultivate a physical response. It has been my pleasure to talk to you guys tonight. I am actually thinking on a way to possibly reverse this spell, if it's possible. You know, and I know it's possible because everything is possible. There's nothing that is impossible. So I've been looking at what we got here. You know what I'm saying? Which is, if we look at it as AIAO, which would be the heart chakra, throat chakra, and solar plexus. And if we look at it as EIEIO, it will be third eye, crown chakra, and solar plexus. So I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying, on how we can reverse this spell or create a new one. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing like doing your own magic. So I have told you that. So hopefully you will think on your own way to reverse this spell. Hopefully you wrote it down. It's important to understand numbers and the difference between masculine and feminine numbers, just to give you an idea, because I'm gonna talk about this in my conspiracy show that will be done sometime later on this year. That my conspiracy show is gonna bring up ancient knowledge, probably knowledge that hasn't been known in probably a million years. It's been that long since this. You know, you won't find this in any book. I'm pretty sure of it. I got a lot of damn occult books. So to give you an idea, your prime numbers are feminine. Prime numbers are feminine. And if you don't know what prime is, which I know you do, but basically those are your odd numbers. Odd numbers are feminine. Even numbers are masculine. So, every number coincides with letters, just like all your chakras coincide with vowels. If you don't know this type of information, don't worry about it. We'll get into it later on this year. There's some other shows and stuff I gotta talk about before I get into that. So, but this year we're going on a ride. So this year right here is pen and pad time. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you guys got the pen and pad out when I went over understanding law. If you haven't heard that, or if you have heard it, go back and listen to it. Because just cause you heard it, I'm sure you didn't get it all. So go back and listen to it. That's important. It's important that we all get on one accord, get eye to eye. You know what I'm saying? Stop letting them program our children. We in for a lot this year. This year just getting started. They plan on shutting the country down. Whether they do it or not, who knows? Just be prepared. You know what I'm saying? Just be prepared. That's the most important thing. Even if you just prepared mentally, because they just now coming out with studies talking about, well, you don't have to eat food. The less you eat, the healthier you become, because the body begins to take on a form of immortality. There is some stuff in your cells called resveratrol that when the body goes into fasting mode, the cells start to release this chemical called resveratrol, where actually the cells start to reverse themselves. They start to rejuvenate. And it's called they talk about it in the body becoming immortal again. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we coming into some interesting times. You know what I'm saying? If you can't feed yourself, don't worry about it. The most important thing you need is water and air. You know what I'm saying? A little food will suffice, but you need water to be able to breathe more than you need food. So water and air is vital. Food is essential, but water and air is vital. So thank you guys for coming to Gossip. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully I'll see you guys on the next episode. And I hope that this was a great show for you guys. I hope you guys got some great information out of this. I know I did. Check out the Chakra Tones and Vowels show, meditation show. If you want to go through this meditation with me, because I'll be going over them. I do repeat each vowel or each chakra tone 13 times. I try to deal with the divine feminine. And so if you guys want to join me on this meditation, check out the show, and we're gonna get through this thing. We're gonna get through this year, this 2021. We got a lot of information to go over. We got a lot of stuff to study. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of information to harness. We got a lot of evolving to do, because it's time to evolve into creators, because we're all creators. There will be a day when we begin to rebuild planets again. I promise you. We will build solar systems again. And I'm not just talking about children, because a child is an entire universe. Don't never forget that. You are powerful. You are God. Every time you have a child, you replicate the universe. That is powerful. Don't never think that it's insignificant and you just a human. You are more than just a human, because a human means monster. You're more than just a monster. You are the creator. And it's time you begin to act like it. Let me see here. I got this passage I want to read to you that I had posted, because it's so significant. You know what I'm saying? And this is so significant that, you know, when you hear it, you're gonna be like, I get it. I don't even remember where I got this from, because I don't have the Bible in front of me, but I'm looking at a post that I posted. I posted it up as my theme. But it says this. It say, wilt thou yet say before him that slayeth thee, I am God? But thou shalt be a man and know God in the hand of him that slayeth thee. Did you understand that? I'm going to read that one more time. Wilt thou yet say before him that slayeth thee, I am God? But thou shalt be a man and know God in the hand of him that slayeth thee. That right there is telling you how people look at you insignificantly. When I say I'm God, you be like, no, that's just a man. Flesh and blood does not depict who I am, or who you are for that matter. You do not look the same way spiritually that you do physically. They have got us on this physical, and we see everything is physical, and because the mind is what separates everybody, puts us on different frequencies and different levels of intellect. You would tell a peasant that you are God, and that peasant will look at you like, no, you just a man. Or if he don't look at you as like you just a man, he would try to hate on you and be like, oh, he ain't nobody, because he ain't who you are. So I finished with that tonight. Become the creator. And when any man come to slay thee or to slay you, you tell that man, you killing me is killing God. And anytime you kill God, you kill a part of yourself, because we are all connected. Gossip.